Dear students, in our lecture we will consider today about culture and concept of culture, culture assimilation, acculturation, the concept of national character, and the meaning of cultured person. Culture is a Latin word. It's a term that has various meanings. For example, in 1952, Alfred Kroeber and Clyde Clahon compiled a list of 164 definitions of culture in culture. A critical review of concepts and the definitions. However, the word culture is most commonly used in three basic senses. First, excellence of taste in the fine arts and humanities, also known as high culture. Second, an integrated pattern of human knowledge, belief and behavior that depends upon the capacity for symbolic thought and social learning. The third, culture is a set of shared attitudes, values, goals, and practices that characterizes an institution, organization, or group. What is cultural assimilation? Cultural assimilation is a socio-political response to demographic multi-ethnicity that supports or promotes the assimilation of ethnic minorities into the dominant culture. It is opposed to affirmative philosophy, for example, multiculturalism, which recognizes and works to maintain differences. The term assimilation is often used with regard to immigrants and the various ethnic groups who have settled in a new land. New customs and attitudes are acquired through contact and communication. The transfer of customs is not simply a one-way process. Each group of immigrants contributes some of its own cultural traits to its new society. Assimilation usually involves a gradual change and takes place in varying degrees. Full assimilation occurs when new members of a society become indistinguishable from older members. The term is best understood in contrast with close sociological concepts, some more general, cultural diffusion, and the others more specific, acculturation. Cultural diffusion denotes the passage of ideas, norms, and practices from one group to another in general. Acculturation is the processes whereby one cultural system conquers the minds of an individual or group. Cultural assimilation is used generally to denote the situation in which a group gradually acquires some traits of a larger society's repertoire of concepts and norms. What is the concept of national character? The concept of national character in 18th century France. The concept of national character was a subject of debate and development during the 18th century. It was generally agreed that each nation has its peculiar characteristics, but there was a variety of opinion among the philosophers on what constitutes national character. There was debate on the relative weight of physical and spiritual factors in shaping national traits. The philosophers differed also in their perception of the relationship of national character to political institutions. The concept grew in complexity and in political importance. At the beginning of the century, national character was observed as a historical fact. Towards the end of the century, it was regarded as an active political force that must be fostered as a basis for reform. The broadest definition and the fullest analysis of national character was presented by Montesquieu under the name of Esprit General. The Esprit General consists of the moral characteristics and the habits of thought and behavior which result from a unique combination of climate, religion, laws, maxims of government, history, mores, and manners. What distinguishes one nation from another is a unique combination of factors, a distinctive pattern of interaction and interdependence between them, and the peculiar set of moral traits that they produce. The moral character, which is composed of a mixture of virtues and vices such as sociability, sincerity, vanity, generosity, pride, laziness, honesty, is part of the larger entity of the Esprit General. The concept of national character, as employed by anthropologists beginning with Gregory Bateson, a British anthropologist, social scientist, linguist, whose work intersected that of many other fields, and Margaret Mead in the early 1940s, combines three related aspects of cultural transmission. First, the principal motives or predispositions which can be deduced from the behavior of the personnel of a society at a given time and place. Second, the means by which these motives and the predispositions are elicited and maintained in the majority of the new members who are added to the society by birth. The third, it's an ideal image of themselves in the light of which individuals assess and pass judgment on themselves and their neighbors, and on the basis of which they reward or punish their children. The analysis of national character relates individual behavior to the population in terms of the systematicity of patterns of education, diffusion of the arts, language use, the customs and the mores of diverse social classes and regions, values of patriotism, the willingness to defend one's country, and so forth. The presence of such ritual factors is universal among populations, but the actual combinations of factors themselves vary widely. Cultured. Who is a cultured person? As defined by the American Heritage Dictionary, cultured person is the quality of being educated, polished, and refined. It is having a high degree of taste and refinement formed by aesthetic and intellectual training. Random House Unabridged Dictionary adds the quality in a person that arises from a concern for what is regarded as excellent in arts, letters, manners, scholarly pursuits, etc., or development or improvement of the mind by education or training. Thank you for your attention.